All right, happy week 8, everybody. I've really enjoyed this class. It's been fun having everybody in here. Can't believe we're in week 8. It went by really fast. Like I said, history's always been something that's really interested me, and it's been fun learning with everybody and seeing everybody's discussion posts and getting through that. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. So anyway, diving right into this, I'm gonna go with what events caused voters to lose faith in the political system and the nation's leaders in the late 1960s and 1970s? How does the political climate of that era compare to the current climate in the U.S.? So there were several things that's kind of the same as now when I looked at it. I mean, one of them was obviously the Vietnam War. A lot of people didn't think that was needed. Didn't really trust our leaders for going into that. And, that created a lot of distrust. Obviously, the Watergate and the Pentagon Papers stuff in the 1970s, that was huge. When you have a scandal such as Watergate, that was pretty much an abuse of power, showed an abuse of power at kind of our highest level with the president, and then which ultimately led to Nixon's resignation, really damaged, what the public thought of the presidency and others, and just our political system in general, honestly. And then there was a lot of protests going on, a lot of social unrest. You had the civil rights, and then obviously the anti-war from the Vietnam War. Kind of all that was created a lot of people to lose faith in our political system, and even our leaders. When you have that civil unrest and everything going on. And I think it's kind of, and like, when you read it, it's kind of the same thing now. We got a lot of civil or social unrest and our protests and civil rights and riots, and it's still the same. And I think it's just the climate that we live in with, everybody wanting to make a change, trying to make a change, doing what they can to make a change. And then you go down, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, right or left, when it comes to politics, I've seen in the last, 12 years that if you're a Republican, you don't think the Democratic president's doing good. If you're a Democrat, you don't think the Republican president's doing good. It's just kind of the nature of the beast right now. And I think that was the same kind of in the 60s and 70s too. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, the president wasn't doing a good enough job for you. And then also we, have the same thing, with presidents, trying to get them impeached, everything else, it's usually coming from one side of the aisle or the other side of the aisle, trying to do the impeach, trying to, make them not seem like they're fit for office. Everything, it just kind of all rolls downhill. And then obviously war is a big, creates a lot of anxiety in our country, and, definitely and it kind of comes to the same thing, no matter what side of the aisle you're on. If you're on one side or the other, you go and, just right now, what we did to Iran, the Democrats are upset about it. And then if, when Biden was president, and if he did something, then the Republicans are upset about it. It's just, it never makes anybody happy. Hopefully that's something that changes. But anyway, that's just kind of my take on it. I look forward to hearing what everybody else had to say. And like I said, it's been great having everybody in class. And, yeah, maybe we'll see you in another class. Thanks. Bye.